What's up, gamers? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 defenders you need to master in Rainbow Six Siege. Before we go any further, the links to my Twitch and Twitter are in the description below, so make sure you go check those out. So when you think of defenders, you probably think of Jaeger, Vigil, Valkyrie, Ella, Doc. You know, the defenders people play a lot more. Those defenders are useful. I do believe Jaeger should be picked every single round on defense, but there are lots of defenders that need to be played a lot more that are kind of overshadowed by somebody like Jaeger or Vigil, and they have lots of utility and they need to be played more. And this video is going to be kind of explaining why you should be playing those operators a lot more. And those operators are going to be Smoke, Mute, Pulse, Bandit, and Valkyrie. So Smoke, in my opinion, is one of the best operators in general in the game, if not the best. I do believe he is arguably the best defender for sure, but even operator in the game. And the reason for that is all the utility he brings. His loadout consists of a shotgun, SMG-11 is what you should be using, not FMG-9 and pistol. A shield or barbed wire, I recommend the shield. And then his special ability are these 3 toxic gas canisters. When, I don't know the exact radius of when they blow up, but they last 10 seconds, do damage, are really good for stopping the plant and stopping the attackers from pushing. So what makes Smoke so good is, as you can see, we have this general setup here. We're on reading and dining on cafe. This is kind of a standard setup. You'll see these footholes, which are made with the shotgun. You can watch all of dining from reading, and then you can also use your smokes all the way from reading to throw into dining and stop them from pushing through the fireplace. So what's really important with Smoke and what makes him so strong is just all this utility he brings. When the attackers are getting ready to push in, Smoke can use his smoke canisters and stop them from pushing in, right? He needs to be mastered because of this ability, especially in this game with the way it's played, with lots of shields being played, Jaeger, Wamai, Maestro, all this utility. The defenders are only going to have usually less than 45 seconds to push into the objective. And if you have 3 smokes, each lasting 10 seconds, you can stop them for an additional 30 seconds. That's ideal. That's the ideal situation. It's having all 3 smokes when the attackers are making their final push onto site. Let's say, however, though, there's 1 minute 30 into the round, there's 1 minute 30 left, and the attackers are getting really aggressive on the fireplace. You don't want to just sit here and save your smokes for the hypothetical planting situation. If the attackers are getting ready to push in and push the objective now, use a smoke, waste 10 seconds. Maybe you have somebody playing upstairs in cocktail. They can rotate down onto white stairs and watch the fireplace through a hole in the wall, something like that. Because your smokes aren't going to do anything. It doesn't matter if you have 3 smokes and you let the attackers push the hallway, push dining, push into reading, and you die with having 3 smokes still in your pocket. Because what are they going to do when you're dead? Right? It's better to use a smoke when there's 2 minutes left and stop the attackers from pushing in, being able to give your teammates some time to reposition, and then stopping the push and winning the round, rather than waiting for, like I said, the hypothetical plant situation where you have all 3 smokes. Of course, that's ideal, but doesn't mean hold on to them. To go along with the Smoke's probably one of the best defenders to win in a clutch situation, just because if you're in a 1v3, you're getting pushed from maybe, let's say, white stairs, the hallway, and reading door. You can smoke off the hallway, smoke off the stairs, and then focus on reading door. Kill the guy reading door. Maybe, let's say you had 3 smokes in that situation, now you have 2 left. You smoke off the stairs, you focus on the guy 90, you can kill the guy 90. Then it's just a 1v1 with you and the guy on the stairs. The SMG-11 is probably not the best gun, however, to win a 1vx situation, just because it only has 17 bullets and is difficult to use. What I found to be useful to help practice with the SMG-11 is just playing hours of T-Hunt with it, is really what it comes down to, trying to learn the recoil pattern as best as I can. But that's pretty much it for Smoke. What makes him so strong, like I said, all the utility, all the rotates he can make, all the time he can waste, all the plants he can stop, and that's pretty much all there is to it with Smoke and why you should master him. The next defender we will be talking about is Mute. Mute is similar to Smoke in the way of making rotates, making lines of sight. He does have a nitro cell, which is similar to smoke canisters, except it's harder to throw and you only have 1 of them. But it is good for using for getting free kills above you or denying the plant. Like, you can play all the way back here, throw your nitro cell and blow up anybody planting on the default spot near the wall. But where Mute is different is his utility. he has these mute jammers. He has 4 of them, which makes them very strong. And what they do is they stop any hard breach except Maverick, or just any breaching in general. Basically, any remote object, right? Whether it be drones, breaching charges, thermite charges, X-Kairos pellets, Ace Selmas, anything like that, mute jammers stop them. When you're in the Dokkaebi calls, especially, it's very useful for those. Lion, if you're in this mute radius, you can move around during a lion call. In the bottom left-hand side of the screen, you'll see that blue mute jammer icon. That shows that you were inside the radius. So if Dokkaebi was to call me right now, the call would be jammed, and my phone wouldn't buzz, and my position wouldn't be given away. But what makes them so strong is mainly their drone deniability, right? If somebody was to try and drone prep, and I was maybe tucked close in this corner with my shotgun, they wouldn't be able to drone me out. They wouldn't really be able to see me unless they got to right here. And even then, they might not be able to get there, right? Maybe I'm tucked in so well, they can't even see me. I don't know. But basically, let's say that they're going in and they're droning. As a mute, you want to avoid exposing your mute jammers like this. Because yes, it can stop a drone if they drone right at it, but it is very exposed. You can easily shoot it, and the defenders or the attackers can easily continue droning. One like this tucked in here is a lot better because you can start seeing it right here, and by that point, if they didn't drone me, maybe they have an IQ, maybe they have an IQ, scans the mute jammers right here, they go up to shoot it, I'm here with my shotgun, easy one pump. With mute jammer, you can stop the wall. So for example, if they were to breach this right hand side of the wall, there's no mute jammer icon, so they could breach it, but this left hand side would be jammed. And then you can also stack your mute jammers like this. You can deny this drone hole and deny this whole wall with 2 mute jammers. Main counters to mute are gonna be IQ, Thatcher, Kali, basically any vertical play in general, because you can just open up above this mute jammer and then shoot it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for mute. He is kind of straightforward, similar to Smoke, so if you watch that guide, you'll probably have a pretty good understanding about how to play mute. But yeah, let's get on to the next operator. So yeah, you want to use mute's jammers mainly for stopping droning, stopping the breach of the wall. Don't expose them that much, make them easy for the attackers to shoot. You want to tuck them more. I'm not saying use them in some unpractical spot. Like a mute jammer here, tucked right here, yeah, it's going to be very difficult to shoot and destroy, but it's not really practical because the attackers can drone all the way through prep, see it through this door, jump through this window, stuff like that. You do want your jammers to actually be useful, but just not completely exposed. The next defender we will be talking about is Pulse. Pulse, in my opinion, is another really strong, really kind of underrated operator, to be completely honest, especially in ranked. What makes him so strong is his ability, which is the cardiac pulse scanner, which basically can scan people through walls, scan their heartbeats, I believe up to like 12 meters, maybe a little bit less, maybe it's like 9 or 10, but what makes Pulse so strong is paired with the scanner, he's really strong with his nitro cell. Obviously, if you can put 2 and 2 together, you can scan them through the wall or floor or ceiling, and you have a nitro cell. So that means that if you're below somebody on a destructible surface, it's like if somebody's like standing right here and I'm down in pillars, I can nitro cell them. So that being said though, Pulse is not somebody you want to be on the top floor with or in the objective with. You want to be roaming either a floor or 2 below the objective, or just basically don't be on the top floor with Pulse. And the reason for that is nitro cells can't really go through ceilings that well, so you do want to be below them. But the reason why Pulse is so strong is all the intel he can gather from down here inside of red stairs. You can scan up onto you can scan up onto red hatch. You can see the ceiling, you can see all of this intel. You can tell your teammates where people are pushing. Like if you don't know where the attackers are pushing, you see 2 people red hatch, 1 person repelled on the window on the west side, then 1 person repelled on the south window. It's probably gonna be a piano take. So you tell that information to your team. So maybe you have your Wamai or somebody with their shield set up on white stairs. They rotate over to Pixel, something like that. I don't know, just an example. But you get all that intel as quickly as possible, relay it to your team, and then they get that intel and can move off of it. One thing with Pulse though is if they do have an IQ, you don't want to be sitting on your scanner for too long because she can scan you and shoot you. Another thing is just learning the callouts, because if you don't know what you're looking at with Pulse, you're not going to be that useful to your team. So that's the main thing. And also the last thing, learning what's destructible and what isn't. For example, you would think all of this is, you can blow all this up, when in reality, the right side is concrete and the left side is destructible. So you just gotta learn that. I've nitro celled that area before and wasted my nitro cell, but you just gotta learn. It only comes with practicing, and that's pretty much why you should play him. You can get free kills, stop plants, get free intel 24/7, and he's just overall a really good operator you should play. The next defender we will be talking about is Bandit. So Bandit is a 3-speed defender who I actually don't really play too much, to be honest, but he is very important. And the reason for that are his Bandit batteries. They are very important as a defender because they can stop Ace, Maverick, kind of, but mainly Ace, Thermite, Hibana, the new secondary Heartbreach gadget. They're really strong. His main counters are going to be Kali IQ, Bandit. I'm not Bandit, obviously. Kali IQ, Thatcher, vertical gameplay, like a sledge. If the sledge opens that up, get the Bandit batteries. That's an issue. But the main thing with Bandit is being able to Bandit trick, right? Quick fix, not necessarily fix, but tip is you'll be able to hear the thermite charge, because mainly what it comes down to when you're Bandit tricking is audio, which is why I don't like playing him that much. The audio in this game, I'm usually not that good at deciphering what it is, but you'll be able to hear a thermite placing a charge on the wall better on this wall than you would on this wall, because this hole in the wall, if you have maybe like a shotgun, open up some more holes in the wall, like with your meter, your smoke player, maybe even castle, you can hear them place the charge better, and it's easier to Bandit trick, as opposed to this wall, it's more difficult. But with the new Thatcher bans, nerf / buff, depending on how you look at it, when you see or hear the Thatcher charge hit the wall, you want to pick up your Bandit batteries so they don't get disabled, because Thermite and Bandit's deploy times, I think, are about the same. So once Thermite starts placing his Thermite charge, you guys start placing your Bandit charge. And once the Thermite charge starts to go off and you don't have your Bandit battery down, you lost the wall, and you got to get out of that way before it blows up and either downs you or kills you. But basically, that's kind of it when it comes to Bandit, why he's so important, mainly being able to stop the wall. For example, this wall is really important. CCTV wall on Clubhouse. Pretty much just any main wall, Villa, the Aviator, or bar walls are really important. The trophy wall is really important. There's tons of different strategies you can use when it comes to Bandit tricking. It just comes to practice, being able to tell what you're hearing and how you're hearing it and where the charge is going and when you need to place your battery. But that's why he's so strong. It's because of the way he can deny the wall. He has really good guns and the nitro cell to be able to stop the plant. Or maybe the breach gets open and he just throws it out and he can get a free kill. The fifth and final defender we will be looking at is Valkyrie. Valkyrie is one of my favorite defenders. I believe she is the operator I have maybe the 4th most hours with, the 2nd most on defense for sure, behind Smoke. But what I like about Valkyrie the most and what makes her so strong is her cameras. She can watch broad areas, like in this example, she can see all of Piano if they breach red wall, cigar shop, new hatch, pretty much everything. And that's intel your defenders, your teammates can use to get kills, to be able to swing things. Like if Thermite's placing a Thermite charge on this wall right here into Freezer and nobody's watching him, and you have a teammate in White Hall, and you say, hey, Thermite's getting the wall, you can swing him. They swing and get the kill. Now they can't get this wall. Things like that. It's just an example. But her cameras are really good also for watching your flank. For example, you can have a cam on white stairs or red stairs. This is kind of like a red stairs cam almost, to see where the attackers are pushing. Like let's say you're mainly focused on Piano, right? Piano and Cigar. But you're like, okay, let me check through the cams. Oh, Ash is coming up white stairs. Somebody playing Cocktail can swing out and kill her, something like that. And especially paired with her cameras, you can get free kills with the nitro cells. This is one of my favorite cameras in the game, to be honest. I found this one, don't mean to flex, but basically this camera can see this new hatch drop all the way over there. So what lots of people can do, and what I used to do, is pre-place C4 right here, watch this cam the whole round. When they drop new hatch, you get off the cam, you blow up the C4, and anybody that dropped there died. Lots of people kind of expect this now, I have to say. This is kind of more of a common pre-place C4 in the game. It still works. I haven't tried it in a while, mainly because if it doesn't work, then I wasted my nitro cell, which I can use to either stop the plant, or if they have a Monty or a Blitz, or I just need to use my nitro cell and I don't have it. Something like that's just not a good look. That's something that you need to have. That's why Valkyrie has it. But that's what makes her so strong as well. Because paired with those cameras, you can get those free nitro cell kills. But quickly recapping here, you do want your cams to be able to see more of a broad area. If I just had a cam in heaven, right? Let's go grab this cam. Let's use a quick example here. If I just had this camera, come on now, to watch heaven, like, I don't know why you would possibly throw a camera like this, but if you throw one like this camera does not see too much, right? It only sees this part of the bar, which the attackers usually don't push. Heaven, a little bit of pillars, brown stairs. It doesn't really see too much. It's okay to have some more detailed cameras, more kind of like descriptive, exactly what you want to see. For example, this white stairs cam, it really only sees this general area, as opposed to this piano cam sees three different, no, mainly you could argue 4 or 5 high traffic areas that you need to have intel on, as opposed to these two cameras kind of are more just specific, and those are okay, you can use those. It's just that you want to have more broad area cameras. But that's pretty much it for Valkyrie in this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. I stream pretty much every day, link in the description below. Thank you for watching, and peace out, gamers.